when I first uh, when I first saw the video, I I became enraged, and then as I sat there and realized that there really isn't much I could do about it, as I'm going through like all the things like I want to this and I wanted that, and I'm like these motherfuckers, and then frustration. I can't do anything. I want to do more. I'm gonna barbecue these motherfuckers online. I let it settle for a little bit. Then I actually cried because I looked at the look in that dog's eyes of just utter fear, being tortured and tormented, beaten over and over and over again, whipped. And I let it settle. I didn't get hasty. I didn't go straight to media. And thankfully, I discovered it at a time of the night where I was like, okay, this wouldn't even be the ideal time to post about it anyway. But I did on my story talk about, what I saw and who it came from. So the people at least knew what to look up without me actually posting the video. Um, so the morning come around, and by that time, the thing's spinning out of control, viral already. I mean, millions of people had already seen it by the morn because it's on TikTok, it's on all the Facebook, it's on it's spread to all the platforms, and I recognize that. And so now it's like it's one of those things where people are going to take advantage of it as well. Like even if they're not really all that, like even if they don't really care about what happened, they're still going to utilize it as an opportunity to create content because that type of thing is going to get a lot of analytics. And so as I started looking around, I'm like, I was fucked up when I saw it. It fucked me up. And I didn't really want that for my audience. I'm like, the damage is done. These people are fucked. Like, I don't have to post this in order to, you know, yeah, I don't need to do this. I don't need to do what everybody else is doing. I don't need to really follow that lead because the damage was done. And then some people are like, you need to post it. You gotta post it. No, I don't. And I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't. Because I could show you dozens and dozens of fucking people in my DMs talking about, mate, I saw that video and I'm so glad that you didn't post it so I had to see it again. Everybody had already seen it. And if you hadn't seen it and you wanted to see it, it wasn't hard to find. So why do I have to post it on my page? I didn't. I didn't want to. As I sat and thought about how badly I want everybody who hasn't seen it to understand how fucking despicable these people are. I know they wouldn't have had to gone far to find it. So I wanted to leave that choice up to them. I didn't want to put something on my page so out of the norm and catch people off guard with some shit that's going to literally like be ingrained in their brain forever. I doubt that I'll forget that, like ever. And maybe in other countries, something like that wouldn't be as frowned upon because they eat dogs in some countries, right? In other countries, in other places, they don't look at dogs the same way that we do. Dogs are valued here. And some people might say, "Oh, well, what's the difference between a dog and a cow?" Like well, that's a whole other demographic of people that we don't really need to go down that path right now because there's just something different about dogs, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Man's best friend, you know. So I guess I just want to hop on here and talk a little bit about this. I've never really been like the rest of the. I've always done my own thing. I've always done things my way, and I've always been an individual in my own right. Always dressed differently. Always been a leader, and so I felt like doing something different. And I'm like, instead of showing this vile, hateful, devious, evil couple of women doing what they do, and in my mind as I was watching that video, I studied them. I looked in their eyes at the best I could. Remorseless, merciless, almost as if they enjoyed it. And that shit fucks me up more than anything to know that there's people out there that have a heart in their chest like that. You know, what they were doing is something I've never seen before. I've never seen two people holding a dog like that from both directions so that they can both, if the dog started to go this way, they can pull this way. And if a dog started to go this way, the other person can pull this way. I never seen that before. It was like I was watching a movie out of Apocalypto of like somebody being actually tortured and tormented. And you know, maybe the physical side of that abuse was some getting whipped, which is fucking horrific in its own right. But the mental torment, what that dog was feeling and what that dog was suffering through mentally while being perfectly conscious for it, is the thing that really made me cry. This little scared Corso, not even defending itself. And when I looked in their eyes and I saw like almost like the pleasure that came of it, it was actually scary. And so all the measures have been taken. I've looked around a little bit. The sheriff's station is investigating it. The ASPCA, the county shelter, it's all being looked into. And I worry. I worry because it's a small town in Louisiana. Everybody knows everybody. So like, what are they going to do, right? I guess that's to be determined. But with that being said, I hope that they walk around with the scarlet letter that they earned in their little town. I hope that they get everything that they deserve. I'm happy for the stress that they're probably experiencing right now. And I'm happy for that. That might sound some kind of way, but I'm happy for that because number one, they earned it, but number two, maybe this is the thing that gets them to stop. You know, I could only be hopeful. These people have been doing this for a long time. This is not the first time they've done this. They knew exactly what they were doing, like they had done it 100 times before. And going back to when I told you guys I started crying about it, that's one of the things that I thought about. How many dogs did they do this to? How many people's pets do they do this to? And so that's where my content comes into play. I thought about that being somebody's pet. And then I thought about how serious I take your pets. I wanted to put something out there opposite to what I witnessed, opposite to their perspective and their approach, and show again, you know, what it is that your trust means to me. It means everything to me because I understand what your dogs mean to you. And that's exactly how I run my thing, and that's exactly why I'm as successful as I am. How come you haven't ever seen a video of me hurting a dog? Because that video doesn't exist. You could check my cameras, and you could run it all the way back to when I first installed them. All you have to do is ask me for my code, and I'll show you live. You know, they say it doesn't really matter what it is that you show everybody because you know you're being recorded and stuff, right? What matters is how you conduct yourself when nobody's watching. And I relate that to my personal fitness life as well. It's like, yeah, nobody's watching, you know, nobody's going to hold me accountable. Nobody can see. Maybe I just won't go to the gym today. You know, the choice that matters is the one, you know, what are you doing when nobody's around? You know, so that's pretty much all I got on that. Just wanted to talk a little bit about that. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Just wanted to give you guys a little inside perspective on where I was at with that. And I was like, you know, let's just show everybody what it should be like. And so if you watch my Instagram story, that's what you see. Everybody loving on their dogs. Everybody doing it the right way, the way it's supposed to go. You know. So anyway, I'll make another video from getting past this, I'm going to talk about my next video, talk about separation anxiety and how to create a little bit more of an independent dog. So anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.